Well, that doesn't really work. Better. Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeReview.com. There's been a lot of, different stands you can get from a lot of different companies, and I wanted to make something different. So I wanted a cube stand, and I wanted it simple, so not like a weird globe one that holds it, but just something like this. But I didn't want it to be just the same, triangle with a triangle cut out. So I tried a few different things, and of course, I'm going to have all these for free for you to print. I've had a few people for the Rubik's Connected and GoCube charging stands ask me to print one for them, so we've taken care of that, but that's a little more difficult, so unless, you live nearby or something like that. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. So let me show you a few things that I made. And some of them are kind of similar. So like this one is basically the same idea, but it's a cool little spirally Christmas tree kind of thing. And it just sits like that. And that's it. The angle's going to be kind of weird in the camera, so I'm going to hold it like this. But yeah, that's it. And what's going to be nice with all of these is they all can be made larger or smaller and still hold the same cubes. So the cube size doesn't actually matter so much besides, if you have a really large puzzle in a small stand, it's going to be harder for it to stay steady. So I made these two that say Speed Cube Review. One is embossed and the other one is opposite of embossed. I actually don't remember what that word would be. And yeah, so with these, the cube just sits right there. And I had the words go all the way around it because no one really, I think, sees just one side. So I don't know, thought it'd look kind of cool. And like I said, so I made like a prototype here, and even the small prototype will fit the same puzzle and hold it. However, it's a little more easy for it to move around. So there's that prototype. Okay, so these are the ones that are kind of similar. What I really wanted to do was make a stand that didn't hide the puzzle at all. Like this kind of hides it a bit. Also, I wanted something that made them stackable. And one thing I thought I could do is actually do this, but then have other notches in here as well for another cube. However, the ends of the cube would meet. So that doesn't quite work besides just stacking them. So here, let me show you this. First, I'll show you the two stands, and these are them. We have a little more minimalist design and this one. Now this one, without a doubt, is my favorite just because it feels really nice as it kind of just, whoop, there we go, clicks into place, and it's really, really stable, and it still pretty much shows the whole puzzle. It feels really nice and stable inside there. And this one, the more minimalist design, it's a little bit harder to get it in place, but once it's there, again, same thing, it shows the puzzle and a little more of a minimalist design. Now, like I said before, if you slim it down, make a small version, this was a prototype version, it will still hold the same puzzles like that. It still holds it just as well, and it's even more minimalist. You're still saving even more filament with it. No supports needed when building it, but like I said, if it's a little bit smaller, it's going to be harder to hold the puzzle, but as long as the shelf doesn't move or wherever it is, you should be fine. But yeah, let me put this in here. What makes this one a little more difficult is the cube has rounded edges. It's not completely sharp. So that's why it's harder to get this at the right angle. However, this 2x2 has a little more sharper edges, so it will sit in here a little more easily. Yeah, very nicely put in there. So how would you stack them? Because that's one thing I wanted to do. Well, if you take a few of these, and it could honestly be any of these, I thought about finding a way of these clipping together, but glue really would just be the best way. And once you have one in whatever stand you want, you just put another stand on top, and then glue this one or whatever you want on top of there. And then, I don't know if I can actually do this. There we go. And it would just stand like that. Now, of course, it takes more space than just doing that, but you have a nice little display. So these are the stands I made. They're free right now. I'll have a link in the description. We have ones that are more circular. This one I feel like if you print with a green filament would look very Christmassy. And then we have the Speedcube Review ones, which are very solid. I made these walls a little bit thicker because when I slimmed it down, when I had a smaller version, it seemed almost a bit too thin, so I had to make that a little bit thicker. And then this is without a doubt my favorite. It feels the most secure, and I think it just looks really nice. And then this is that minimalist. But yeah, available right now. I'll link in the description to my Thingiverse profile. I have my other things on there, such as my coasters, as well as my Rubik's Connected and GoCube charging stands. And I'm planning on uploading some other things. I've been messing around with some stuff, but some music things as well. So anyways, let me know which one of these is your favorite. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future. And so always stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.